Back when I first started my marketing agency, I read the book Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson. This book was a game changer in teaching me the secrets to generating a lot of traffic for your business. Now, from the whole book, the biggest takeaway I had was the Dream 100 strategy. This strategy allowed me to make over $10,000 from a single video that had less than 30,000 views. So today I'm gonna dive into what that strategy is, how you can leverage it for your business so you can grow your revenue without having to spend a single penny.
All right, I'm really excited to show you guys this strategy right here. The Dream 100 strategy, in my opinion, is the number one thing you could do when it comes to content creation to absolutely explode your business. Now, what is the Dream 100 strategy? Basically what it means is find the top 100 people that are already an authority to your target market and get them to promote you, right? Now, while we're building up and finding our repeatable content strategy, the strategy I showed you in the last video, that takes time to figure out, right? So if we're looking at while we're building that out, we're building trust with our audience, we're building that audience in the first place, that takes time. It takes a while to build people's trust and to find something that works. So how do we speed this process up? In the meantime, well, one of the best ways to do that is the Dream 100 strategy. This also gives us the ability to diversify our content outside of just the repeatable content formula. Because the problem with that, it gets very repetitive. And while that works for a while, it helps to diversify. It helps to give our audience different things to consume from us. Just like in an investment portfolio. You know, you want a little bit of diversification there for different objectives, right? So when we're trying to build, ourselves as an authority in our niche, using the Dream 100 strategy allows us to do this, right? So, and this isn't just people that are an authority. This could be, people, we're not just trying to get in front of these people to get their audience, right? This could be a way for us to learn the strategies they're implementing, right? This is a way for us to establish ourselves as an authority, because when people that are an authority in our niche follow us and are in our content, what does that tell the people consuming our content? Wow, this guy must be authority. It's like getting a feature from Drake. If you have a feature from Drake, you're automatically co-signed. You're automatically a successful artist, right? Also, this is going to increase our conversion rate on everything else we're doing, from networking, from advertising, outbound, all these things. Why? Because when people come to our profile, they're making a judgment on us. And when they see all these people that are an authority in our niche following us in our content, liking, commenting on our stuff, sharing us on their stories, they go, wow, if that person that I'm already a fan of, that I already trust, likes this guy, they must be legit. Right? It's like your friend inviting you to a party. When they introduce you to someone at that party, they're going to think you're cool just because your friend vouched for you, right? Also, when we're doing Dream 100 content, this is creating pillar content. So essentially what we're doing is we're going out and we're interviewing these people, right? So if you just reached out to, someone and you're just like, hey, can you promote me? They're never going to do that. They have no value that they receive from you asking them to promote you, right? But so if we're trying to make connections with people that are an authority in our niche, how do we do that, right? How do we get these people to like us, to vouch us, to start promoting us? Well, the way we do that is by serving them, giving them something they want and need. Well, what does everybody need? More attention on them, right? So instead of us reaching out and asking them to promote us, instead we reach out and ask to interview them. Because when we reach out and ask to interview them, and then you use our editing team to chop that up and make high quality content, they can now use that content for their platform, which is something that they have to do with or without you anyways. So they have an incentive to do this because they're able to outsource the work that they'd have to do already and promote it on an additional platform of their target market. Right? And it also creates what's called pillar content. Let's say you interview someone for an hour. Well, not only are you getting an hour-long interview, you're also getting a 10-minute clip, right? I'll use an example of, like, let's say I was in the fitness niche and I was going after, I reached out to a nutritionist, right? Well, you interview them for an hour, asking them all these nutrition tips. you not only have that hour-long conversation, it's both a video you can put on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc., but now you have an hour-long audio that you can put on Apple, Spotify, all these different podcast platforms. Also, you might have a 10-minute clip where that nutritionist specifically talks about how to leverage keto to lose 30 pounds, right? And then you can take that 10-minute clip and turn it into a 30-second clip for TikTok. And they might have 5, 6, 7 different 30-second clips without that hour video that can now become TikToks. And not only are they TikToks, they're also Reels, they're also Shorts, they're also on all these other platforms. So literally, you're able to create 10 to 30 pieces of content per conversation in an hour. And then you have our editing team to chop it up for you, and you're able to create an omnipresent content approach across all these platforms from an hour-long conversation. You don't have to learn how to do these TikTok trends. You're not dancing. You're simply having a conversation with someone that's already an expert on a topic that you are very interested in, right? And guess what happens when you interview experts? You now learn what their strategies are that will help you get your clients better results, right? So now you're able to interview all the top experts and leverage their information for your own clients to properly improve their experience, their ability to get results within your own program. You're basically able to leverage this entire person's career, this entire person's reputation, their entire body of knowledge as if it was your own by simply just reaching out and asking to interview them. Also, this is going to be a great way for you to get clients, because what happens when you chop this content up? They're going to repost it. Why? Because it makes them look good. And when you're tagging that video and specifically throwing your call to action, well, now you're going to be getting clients from them, right? They're literally promoting you and you're getting their clients as your own. So here's an example of me doing this strategy. So back when we launched Passion Toolbox, we were specifically focused on the music industry. So if my goal was to get musicians as clients, who am I going to reach out to? People that are experts in the music industry, right? So I reached out to this guy here, Matej, right? So Matej, he is a well-known music marketer. He's been, well-known for, a decade in the music marketing industry. I've been following these guys for years before I ever even started my channel talking about music marketing. So this was a guy I reached out to, and I simply reached out to him with this reach out script. So go ahead, screenshot this reach out script, but I'll show you what I said to him. So I'm gonna pause this and pull that up. All right, we back. So this is basically what I said to him. Said, hey, what's up, Matej? Been seeing your content on my feed for years. Figured I'd reach out. I run a TikTok account with around 115,000 followers, focus on discussing the music industry. Would love to hop on a live with you on Instagram to talk about the state of the music industry. I'd like to interview you so I could chop it up into TikTok and Reels we can use for our platforms. Here's a link to my content. Let me know what you think. Now, obviously, some of you might be thinking, all right, cool. Yeah, he's down to work with you, Jackson. Duh, you have 115,000 followers. Why wouldn't he be? And obviously, as you build your platform, that's going to help. But the truth is, you don't even need to have a large audience. You just need to show an example of the type of content that you can do, right? And at first, obviously, your conversion rate is going to be a little lower. This is where it just becomes a numbers game. But over time, as you build your platform, as you build your credibility, the ability to line up these interviews becomes a lot easier. So you show examples of your work that's performing. So a guy like this, who, what is he doing every single day? Posting content, right? He's going to value that high quality content independently of the amount of views you get on your own platform, because he can post it on his as well, right? So we have a version of the outbound script here, which is essentially along the lines of this. Now, I'm going to have a video also going over, priming the algorithm, which is creating your algorithm to find and correlate these types of people. And this will help with finding people for the Dream 100 strategy, but essentially say something along the lines of this. Hey, what's up? Insert person. I found you from blank and thought it was blank. So like, hey, what's up, Steve? I found you from TikTok and saw this video of you talking about nutrition. And I thought it was super cool how you used keto as a way to help people lose weight. I know people have mentioned that before, but your insight on it was super unique. I appreciate that. It's changing the way I'm looking at my diet. Give them something specific so they know you're not copying and pasting, right? I run a channel talking about fitness for women who who were just pregnant and are looking to lose belly fat, and would love to talk to you about how they could shed an extra 30 pounds after pregnancy. After the interview, I'll turn that conversation into content we can use for our channels. Here's a link to some of my content. Let me know if you'd like to chat. I'd be happy to send you my schedule. Think about how much more valuable that is and how much organic that is than if you just reached out and be like, hey man, can you repost my video? Right? They have no value in that. But when you can do this and then show them the high quality content you can create, a lot of people are going to say yes. You'd be surprised how many are going to be down. Right? So that being said, I did that with him, and I put out this video right here. I'll pull it back up. This is the video we created.
Here's how a label owner got 100,000 streams using a plastic
Hey,
bag.
I went to the bank and took out 1,000 in cash in $1 bills. We got like dime bags, and stuffed a dollar bill and his card, which was the artist card with a QR code on it, which hit the mall. I was rolling around to random girls to say, look, I'm a local label owner. I got a dope artist, dropped a song. I would love for you to buy it on iTunes. I'm gonna give you the $1. Here it is. But I want you to do me a favor. Scan my artist QR code, and I want to see you. I'm gonna stand here. I want you to go to Spotify or Apple Music, whatever you listen to, and I want you to follow him, and I want you to like the song we just put out. So we did this, hit up like 500 kids. Those sales through that weekend and those saves and the streams got on one of those radio stations. We got like 100,000 streams for that. We definitely triggered the algorithmic playlist on Spotify because of all those saves and all that. So that gave them probably 10, 15,000 streams just by the algorithm. But it's a conversation starter.
Want a free custom marketing plan? Shoot me a DM on Instagram.
Now, if you remember in a video before this, I talked about the video I had. They got like 45,000 views that made me 10 grand. That was this video. Now, the key here is this part at the end. Want a free custom marketing plan? Shoot me a DM on Instagram. So think about it. I hooked him in the first second of the video, provided this value from the story he told. So an artist is going, wow, that's actually a good idea. I should try that. And I ended the video by offering the artist something that is valuable to them, which is a free custom marketing plan. So they now equate the value of what that guy provided to my marketing plan that I'm going to provide. Right? Because they're like, wow, if this guy's talking to guys like this, they got awesome information like that. I wonder what he would give me in a marketing plan. So from posting this on my Instagram where I got like 15,000, I think I got like 30,000 on my TikTok. And then more importantly, him reposting this on his Instagram story, I got 60 leads from this that I then turned into $10,000 in new business, right? So think about that. Like I was saying earlier, from an hour-long interview, not only are you creating one clip like this, you might be creating 10. And if you post them all, some of them are going to get 0 leads, but some of them like this might get 60. If those 60 leads turn into $10,000 in business, well, what if you took that 10,000 and ran ads promoting the video that just made you $10,000? Do you think it might get you an extra couple clients? 100%. So now you're able to literally test ad creative without spending $1 and then simply take the revenue it generates and invest it back into promoting the video that you already know is going to make you money. You start to see the power in this? Now imagine if you did one of these interviews a week. That's 52 a year. That's probably realistically, let's just say hypothetically, you create 50 pieces of content per video times 52, you're creating 2,600 pieces of content per year. You're getting 52 experts to follow you, co-sign you, promote you on their platforms. What is that going to do for your business? How is that going to increase your conversion rate on your ads, on your networking, on your outbound, on your referrals? This is really, really powerful stuff here, guys. This stuff literally can change your business. But it comes back to what I said in another video, which is building your self-esteem around posting, not around the outcome. Be prepared to do this strategy, do an entire interview, chop it up, and get 0 leads. But then randomly on your 5th video, you might have one clip like this that gets you 60. I have no way of controlling how well it works, right? Because I can't control the quality of your conversation. I can't control how good you are at finding hooks. I can help you, and I'm going to do everything I can, but it really just is a numbers game. Even if 1 in 20 videos ends up being a winner, all right, you get 5 to 10 per interview. Go make 10 interviews. Go do 10 interviews. They're an hour each. It's 10 hours of work, right? Let's just say 20 for the additional chopping, distributing, and sending to our editing. But once you get one winner like this, that makes you 10 grand, and you can throw it into ads, now you have a self-propelling lead source. So even if it took you 20 interviews to get one winning creative, once you have that self-propelling lead source, you're going to make tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars from that. So make sure you guys really implement this strategy. It's going to be really, really beneficial. And if you have any questions on that, feel free to hop on the calls and let me know. But this Dream 100 strategy is really powerful. One other thing I want to mention on this strategy is not only is this a good strategy for lead generation or increasing your conversion rate, but you can generate referral partners from this. So for example, I interviewed this guy that runs a mobile billboard truck company. So he literally has a mobile billboard that he drives around Vegas with that I interviewed on my podcast, right? Well, guess what? Guess what he doesn't do? Online social media. So now we're partnering together, and he's going to label my social media services to his clients. So you can use this not to just get leads, not to just build credibility, but to create referral partners that now promote your business. Now you can be strategic about who you reach out to. If you're in the fitness industry, who are people that have complementary products, right? What if you reached out to a guy that runs a cryotherapy office, right? He's not in the personal industry, in a personal training industry. He's not a direct competitor. But what if he could refer his clients, who are your target market, to you, and he gets a 20% cut? Does that take any work from him to do? Oh, you're looking for some personal training? Talk to this guy, right? So now you can create these referral relationships from this strategy as well. And you're really building your network. You're connecting with high-level individuals. You'd be surprised how well this strategy works, right? Because you're serving other people's best self-interest, right? Then from there, when you're reaching out, it just becomes a numbers game. Treat it like sales. Treat it like outbound, right? Even if 1 out of 10 people says yes, all right, go talk to 10 people. How long does that really take to reach out to 10 people with this copy and paste outreach there? 30 minutes, 60 minutes? One of those relationships has the potential to make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you build this into your routine, it's going to be crazy what you can get from it, especially as you get better and better. Your platform gets bigger and bigger. You have more and more people following you. Imagine you have all these people that are authority in your niche following you. Well, when those people click on your account and they go, oh, that guy follows him? That guy follows him too? Wow, this guy must be legit. I don't know how I didn't know who this guy was already. And so it just gets easier as you do it. At first, obviously, when you're just getting going, your conversion rate is going to be the smallest. But if you stay consistent, you build your self-esteem around posting, not around the outcome, this strategy will literally build you into the multiple 6 figures, if not 7 figures alone, not even including all the other strategies we do. And it costs you $0. So super powerful stuff here, guys. If you have any questions, obviously hop on the call. We'll help you with this. But implement this as part of your strategy. It's going to be really powerful.
Hope you're enjoying the content. If you'd like some free help with your business, go ahead and just shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'd be happy to give you a free custom marketing plan. Also, every single week, I do free Zoom calls where you can come on and get direct access to me absolutely free. If you'd like the link to that, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'd be happy to send you that as well. Enjoy the content. I'll see you in the next video.